My name is Doña Vasquez. People know me by my nickname TA. I recently moved into the 78744 area after living over 60 years in the 78702 zip code area. Yeah.
My name is Floyd LeBee, and I live in 9120 Northgate Boulevard. That's going to Runbird and Northgate, in that area.
My name is Andrea Cáceres, and I live here in Austin, Texas on Lamar and Manchac.
My full name is Keisha Roberts, and I live at 9120 Northgate Boulevard.
So now we're here. And I'm happy. The thing that makes me happy is that when I go to HEB, the majority of the customers look like me. That's not what HEB on East 7th looks like. They don't look like me. It's worth me standing here and having a person tell me, "Hi, how are you? It's great to see you," and it's a familiar face. She knows me. So I miss that over there, but I like what I see here. It's making me feel comfortable, so I feel like I'm in a good place.
I look at Austin. It's very unique. It's weird and very unique. And look like they're trying to change the climate here in Austin. And a lot of people here in Austin, they are passionate. They want change in a positive way, but the city is looking at things in a different way. They have a lot of people coming here from other states, and they're moving here to Austin. And it's like they're trying to push people out. And to me, it's not fair. They should consider the people in Austin first. They should come first, not people from other states. They are the community. They are the citizen. And they have a right to, to express their opinion and their voice.
Repairs that I cannot afford.
Property values is going up, development and flooding.
I moved here for my son, and so when I first moved here, I didn't really realize how expensive it was. As a single parent who has a double master's, as a person who is participating in the formal labor market, who's doing everything right, it's still taken me this long to get where I'm at. Knowing what I know now about transition zones and the land development code, I almost feel trapped in that even if I do find somewhere to live, and even though I have succeeded in being able to save this small amount of money, I cannot afford anything beyond $14.50 a month. I just can't.
I don't like the things that was happening to Austin because they're building downtown, high rise, and look like they're forcing people out. They're eliminating them like more expensive. We need affordable housing. People need places to live, decent places to live, not to be forced out by changes and what the city is going to do. A lot of people, like homeowners who have their houses, they may have leave, but I'm saying that as, I'm vice president of Northgate Residential Council, and we care. We have a place to live. Hawkins has done a great job of providing, remodeling and fixing, because they wanted to last. They wanted to give our residents a place to live, and they have done a lot of things, and we had to fight for it.
Yeah, it's caused a lot of stress with me personally, with my family, with my children, my grandchildren now. And I'm going to get emotional because they've grown up in East Austin and they want to come back and live. And they know it's not going to be possible. And I've told my girls, we have 2 homes in East Austin and both of them are needing repair. And I told them, if you ever sell these homes, you will never be able to purchase them again. Never. Not when we have a $1.7 million home right across the street from us. There's no way. It's not going to happen. So yes, stress, fear, not knowing what's in the future. And I cannot assure my own kids, my own family, my own friends, oh, we're going to be fine. I can't say that.
Gentrification and displacement, we're seeing these issues happen all over cities. It's only for the elite. It's only for people who are millionaires or who can afford to live there. And so I think that the city of Austin has to ask themselves, who is this land development code really for? Is it for the elites, or is it for the people who are just trying to get by?
I don't think it would be good because it benefits business. The politician, they want Austin to look like Manhattan. That is not going to work because Austin's a different landmass than from New York City. New York City is an island, and I don't think it will not work because it will hurt the ecology of the land. It will change it. I don't think it will not work at all.
While living in 78702, it was okay. We never really had to fear flooding. The storms, we had some awful storms, but we never really flooded there in the particular area that I was in. But because I worked for the school district, when the Halloween flood happened and it really devastated this area, the 4-4 area, we were impacted as a school district because those are our families. And to know that, and then hearing their stories of what they had to go through, I had so much fear for them. And, knowing that we lost some families to the flood, and the children still live in fear when it rains. My daughter was telling me, and I didn't even realize this, she was telling me that when it rains and it storms, one of the schools actually dims its lights to calm the whole school down. Parents, I've talked to parents now that I've moved into 4-4, they still fear, and they actually had the city people, engineers, telling them it's gonna flood again, we just can't tell you when. So after they went through this horrendous episode with the last flooding, no one could guarantee to them that it wouldn't happen again and what it would look like. So, and then to hear recently of some of my friends it didn't even rain that hard for that long, and Knuckles Crossing flooded and people couldn't get home. And that was what the last rain within this last month. So the fear is still there. The uncertainty is still there.
Well, I'm from New Orleans, from Katrina and Rita. And I've been here going on 15 years. And when you have floods, everybody loses everything. And then when a person loses everything in a flood, they gotta start all over again.
I think that the community has always voiced their opinions. I think that they've always had a voice in this, but they have been unheard intentionally.
We actually went to talk to the mayor, and this was like 7 years ago, a different mayor, and we asked him, how are you going to work with us as families that have lived in this zip code for so many years? How are you going to work with us? How are you going to support us so we can stay in our neighborhood? Because we were all stressing out. What are we going to do? People that didn't even live in Austin, they were coming from out of Austin, out of state, buying all these properties. And so we were addressing that with the mayor, and he goes, well, y'all don't like change? You're telling me not to help change Austin for the better? And then he made such a comment that I just wanted to just jump out at him, because he says, I go to all y'all's fiestas, what else do you want? And that before his term ended, he planned to have 25,000 new people live in Central Austin. That was his plan. Did he succeed? Yes, obviously, and it's grown.
I want the city to look at the neighborhood and the zoning, the neighborhoods that people live here. Don't change the zoning. Let the people decide. I mean, changing the zoning, that they'll change the value of the property, and they'll build building, they'll force people out.
Does the community that you're going to impact, do they understand what's coming? Do they understand what is going to happen to themselves and to their loved ones? And if they don't, how can the city make them understand and give them the time that they need to be able to participate in this process?
There's ways to do it. They should probably go out and ask some actual organizers that do this kind of work. Help me. Because, I appreciate you went to school, you have all this background, that's wonderful. But when it comes to people, you don't know how to build that kind of a relationship with people.
I want the city to slow down. I want the city to show an equitable process of engagement. I want the city of Austin to try better to reach people who don't speak English. I want the city of Austin to be able to understand in numbers, in a number, define what affordable is to somebody who is on a low income. And I want the city of Austin to listen to people who are on low incomes express how this land development code is going to impact their health.
Because everybody can't afford to pay no $800 in rent. And it's hard. It's hard on some people.
I just want my community at Northgate and Runberg, to be safe. Give people a sense of pride that they care about their neighborhood. And you do change the city. Get on ideas from the community. Talk to the people. Because we know what's going on in our neighborhood. You don't.
Like I said, for everybody to come together and see what we can bring to the table and see how we can solve these problems.